Okay, real talk, disclaimer right about now. I was originally gonna make this a writing advice Q&A, and then I realized, wait a minute, I didn't get a question. I'm just gonna talk about something really cool that I've been using for like a month now. But either way, hello there! Welcome back to Max's Vlogs. Today, it's still writing advice related, but it's not actually a question, so I just wanted to make a vlog regarding a new productivity app that I've been using for a good while, and I'm comfortable enough now recommending. Man, it's weird, because like, I have all the format in my mind, because I'm supposed to give you the disclaimer and tell you about submitting questions, but this is not a Q&A. It's weird, I haven't done vlogs in forever. It's so so casual. People don't say that, do they? People don't say that. People don't say that. Am I out of touch? No! No, it's the kids who are out of touch. Anyhow, silliness out of the way. So, you know me, you follow this channel. You know that I love me some productivity apps. Programs and applications that allow you to be more productive and get more stuff done, or make the most out of your time. I've talked about them in the past. I probably have a dozen videos on them already, and I was recently talking about notebook strategies and all those things, and how I organize my tasks every day. The subject of today's video, though, is a little bit different, because generally when I'm talking about productivity apps, I'm either talking about things to get writing done in, such as Focuswriter, or things to save your writing in, such as Evernote, which are some of my favorite programs. I haven't talked in a long while about how to deal with distractions, though, or the little nagging feeling that maybe, just maybe, you should check Twitter right now. You should check Tumblr right now. I know you're supposed to be writing right now, you're a writer, but just go check YouTube. Just check YouTube. Check if there's a new video out. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, come on, you check videos all the time. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that you stop writing and you lose momentum, and next thing you know, it's half an hour later and you're half an hour down on the time you were supposed to be getting some writing done. There are apps that help you deal with that or mitigate that. I've talked about them in the past. It's been a while, though. Now I've been beating around the bush for way too long. Ha ha, bush. Why? Because today I'm going to be talking about Forest. Now, I've done like 2 takes of this already, and I just have to clarify this right now. I'm not being reimbursed or paid by the developers at all. I found this app while just looking for productivity apps on the App Store, and I gave it a try. I read the reviews, and I thought, yeah, why not? So I gave it a try, and I've been playing with it around for about a month now, and generally, you know me, I make things work for me. So if I've spent a month working with this, it's because it kind of just works for what I need it to do. So, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's continue on with the gushing. What is Forest? Forest is a mobile and web app. You can get it on iOS, Android, Chrome, and Firefox. What this little app does is that it forces you to not look at your phone or not look at the internet through the great power that is guilt. Every time you set up a timer in Forest, you plant a little tree or a little bush. You plant a little seedling, and it grows as time passes. And if at any time you try to go look at Twitter or check out YouTube or even go and send someone a message on your phone, you get a notification, and it tells you that unless you go back, unless you stop procrastinating, that little tree is gonna die. You know that little cute tree? You're gonna kill it. Are you gonna kill the little tree? Is checking Twitter really worth killing that little tree? Is it really? The answer is no. The answer is checking Twitter is not worth you stopping writing or stopping working or stopping what you're supposed to be doing. I love the tagline for Forest is be present. Because it's not only supposed to be like, put it on when you're working or studying, it's put it on when you are at the dinner table or when you are chatting with friends. And I understand, okay, listen, I understand that there is that really unfair stigma about like, oh, look at all these teenagers on their iPads. And I was like, I mean, like, yeah, but that's not really inherently the problem. Sometimes you really do want to be present. And I know that I kind of have that nervous tick when I just want to check the phone to see if there's anything new. And while it's not inherently a bad thing, it can be ineffective when you really want to bond with someone, or when you really want to get some writing done. And I've been using Forest to keep myself from checking Twitter because I freaking love Twitter. I love Twitter as a way to connect with fellow writers and get to know things that I didn't know. Because I follow a bunch of visual novel developers because I'm looking forward to maybe trying that out soon. So I'm just like, teach me all your secrets. So for me it's exciting, but at the same time I know, and the first step is to acknowledge you have a problem. So I use Forest on my phone. I use it on my iPhone. I don't use it on my computer as much, mostly because I don't really. I have better self-control when it comes to grabbing my mouse and moving the mouse over to new tab and opening YouTube. I can stop myself from doing that. I can stop myself from being like, hey, Max, we're supposed to be writing here, okay? Stop that! No! So I'm way better at that. I'm worse at the phone, especially when, like, I don't know, someone cute sends me a text and I'm just like, Forest has helped with that though. I've been using it for a month. There should be B-roll on the screen right now of how cute it is and how it looks. It's interesting because I know it's just a little virtual tree, but getting the notification that tells you, hey, you said you were gonna focus for 60 minutes. What are you doing? What are you doing out there? Come on, you said you were gonna focus for 60 minutes. Why aren't you focusing right now? And aside from how good the app looks, and for how, I guess, minimalistic and straightforward it is, because there's no microtransactions. All of those little trees you're seeing me play with, you unlock those just by using the app, just by growing more trees and getting more, I guess, tree coins. I forget what they're called. You can't just outright buy them, which I really do appreciate. It's really just more about just sit down and actually focus. In the past, I've talked about apps that let you just block websites. Apps like Focus on Mac and Self-Control on PC. Apps that just literally prevent you from checking websites. And while I do still have Focus installed on my computer, and while I do think that they help on the worst of situations, I know, and I can feel that they are not really fixing the problem. I think the design is actually kind of genius. I actually like the idea of, and I know it sounds bad when I say it out loud, but just using guilt. Hey, you said you were gonna focus for 60 minutes. What are you doing here? Wanting to check Twitter? What are you doing here trying to check your freaking email? Get back to work. I like that. And I can imagine situations where, and you know, you've been there. You're talking with someone, and there's a split second between one subject to the next, and you check your phone. And do you really need that? I don't know. It's been helping me a lot, and I really do like it. I've gotten a lot more stuff done, and it's nice to just be able to just see my past days, to see how many minutes I was focused during, and how many trees and bushes I planted. It's actually kind of nice. I really enjoy it. There is a web version of the app on Firefox and Chrome. I haven't tried it, because again, I don't really have that much of an issue preventing myself from checking YouTube when I'm writing, but the phone is a different problem altogether. I've heard good things about them. I have not tried them. The app itself is pretty inexpensive. It's just $2 on iPhone. I don't know how much it costs on Android, but I assume it would be the same kind of exchange. I really like it. It's probably the best $2 I've spent in like at least a month. Really effective. I've really been enjoying it. Just a really nice way to not only time myself, because you know, if you watch the VWS, you know how effective it can be to have a timer on you. But not only that, but also visualize, hey, this is how much you were focused today, and how much you got done as part of, you know, actually sitting down. Because you make a promise with yourself, you know? Especially, you know, if, for instance, you know, you're going to school, and you have work, and you have family, and you have an hour to get some writing done. I think it can help. And it has definitely been helping me. Once again, the app is Forest, and there is links to it in the description down below. You can go give it a download. I'm not being, like, paid or anything. This is not an ad. I actually been playing with the app for a good while, and I wanted to tell people about it because it's just really that good. It's the same way when I found Focuswriter. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I've been looking for forever. Time to tell people about it, so, you know, people know that it exists. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope that, if anything, I have shown you another tool to get some more writing done. For the time being, man, it's weird. I don't know how the outros are supposed to be for this episode. If you enjoy my videos and you would like to see more in the future, check out Patreon on the screen. I'm doing this out of order. Leave a question if you have a question. If you have ideas for future vlogs, let me know. Or questions about writing advice. I also do those all the time, actually. Additionally, if Patron's not your cup of coffee, how about a cup of tea instead? One-time donation in the description down below. Thank you for tagging along. I hope you enjoyed this particularly silly video. I had fun making it, and it's one of those things where I just want to tell people, hey, this thing is really cool, and it might help you. But anyhow, formal outro now. 20 seconds to go. Up here, play this with a bunch of writing advice and writing advice questions. Patreon down here. Up here, my pixel face where you can just click on it to subscribe. And down here, the link to my other channel with Kitty. Thank you for tagging along, and I hope to see you on the next one.